88 to 91 FM. Sounds of the 60s. BBC Radio 2.
Good morning, Avids, and welcome to an edition of the show with a great competition for CDs by The Doors. These will cover all of their 6 studio albums, plus the very best of The Doors collection containing 20 essential tracks. The questions for this competition will be in part 2 of the show only, and we'll declare the winners next Saturday. But to start the show, here's a Beach Boys UK and US Top 20 hit, Darlin'. Beach Boys hit from 1961. And now Abid's Alert Part 1 with requests for this first hour today. We shall be playing discs for Ed and Viv Horwood of Scarborough, then Dave Williams, who lives in Audenshaw, Manchester, followed by Lawrence Harris in Southampton, whose 62nd birthday it was yesterday. Request number 4 came from Margaret Hebden in Holmfirth for the 60th birthday on Monday next of her brother Michael Johnson. Then the final side one request came from Frank Everett in Stevenage. But now an American group sometimes known as the Chiffons, and at other times using the name the Four Pennies, depending on who was singing lead vocals. This was one of the Four Pennies releases called When the Boy's Happy, the Girl's Happy Too.
And I would do most anything.
an American group sometimes called the Four Pennies, as they were on that record, written by Greenidge and Barry. And next, the famous Smokey Robinson and the Miracles with a song that was both a US and a UK number one in 1970. But it's a genuine sound of the 60s, as it was first released in 1968 on their album Make It Happen, and it's titled The Tears of a Clown. Hit in 1970, but written and recorded in 1968. And next, a name that appears to have been used in the 60s, 70s and 80s by different groups, the Barracudas. And this is the group from the 60s with a release dated 1966, What I Want You to Say.
Lonely, tell you what you do. You just come to me, child, 'cause I'm lonely too. We could have a good thing in and out of day, 'cause I love you, baby, that's what I'm trying to say. If you don't care about me, please tell me
Barracudas of 1966. And from a popular group name to a song that's appealed to numerous artists, You Don't Know How Glad I Am. It's been recorded by Dusty Springfield and Sandy Shaw, among others. But here's a version that was released in 1964 by Nancy Wilson.
My love has no beginning, my love has no end. No front or back, and my love won't bend. I'm in the middle, lost in a spin, loving you. And you don't know, you don't know, you don't know, you don't know how glad I am. My love has no bottom, my love has no top. My love won't rise and my love won't drop. I'm in the middle and I can't stop loving you. And you don't know, you don't know, you don't know, you don't know how glad I am. I wish I were a poet so I could express what I'd like to say. Yeah. I wish I were an artist so I could paint a picture of how I feel, of how I feel today. Yeah. My love has no walls on either side. That makes my love whiter than wine. I'm in the middle and I can't hide loving you. And you don't know, you don't know, you don't know, you don't know how glad I am. And you don't know, you don't know, you don't know, you don't know how glad I am.
Now, that record by Nancy Wilson brings us to this week's B-side, A-side feature, with a suggestion on this occasion from Dave Williams, who lives in Audenshire, Manchester. He rates this as a truly great disc with two of the best sides ever put on one disc, he says, by a group called The Showmen. It was released in the UK on London American in 1961. Although not a hit at the time, the now very admired song on the B-side is one of only two song lyrics to have been quoted in full by Charlie Gillett in his book The Sound of the City. It's called Country Fool.
When I left home and came to town, I thought I was the biggest sport around. I wore a pinchback suit and button shoes. The city boys call me a country dude. When I got to town, everything had changed. Everybody looking at me so strange. A horn blowing at me, beep, 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 beep. A dog barking at me, bow, 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 bow. Hey, bow, 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 bow. Folks laughing at me, just laughing at me. People saying I'm a fool, a country fool. Hey, 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 yeah. I met this chick, I thought I was hip. She turned me so fast, she made me flip. I worked all night, I worked all day. At the end of the week, I give them a pay. Doing my work, throwing garbage cans. I looked up and saw with the Lord, oh man. Hey, hey, yeah. Well, I hung my head, began to feel sad. Just about then I began to get mad. I went to the pawn shop, bought me a gun. I'm going back home when this is done. But now I found that I wasn't so smart. I'm going to look at the road, brand new start. Hey, 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 I'm a fool.
by the group themselves, Country Fool by the Showmen from Norfolk, Virginia, whose lead singer was Norman General Johnson, who later formed chairman of the board. And he it was who wrote the song On the Other Side. I don't know whether it was an A or was this a double A side disc. Anyway, may well have been. This is called It Will Stand.
Rock, roll, rock, roll. You take some music, free flowing music, some moving and grooving, rock and roll stands. Take some heartbeats, drums, beats, finger popping and stomping feet, little dances that look so neat. You see why it will stand. Some folks don't understand it. That's why they don't demand it. They're out trying to forgive them for they know that's what they're doing. Don't nickname it. You might as well claim it. It's Memphis, Hawaii. Rock and roll forever will stand. Hear those sax blowing, sharp as lightning. Hear those drums beat, loud as thunder. Some folks don't understand it. That's why they don't demand it. They're out trying to forgive them for they don't know what they're doing. Don't you nickname it. You might as well claim it. It will be here forever and ever. Ain't gonna fade. Never, no, never. It swept this whole wide land, sinking deep in the heart of man. Come on, boy, join our clan. Come on, boy, take my hand. Come on, boy, be a man, 'cause rock.
And there we heard both sides of a single originally issued by the Showmen in 1961. And from that, we move on to a group called the Flying Burrito Brothers, formed in 1968 by two former members of the Byrds, Chris Hillman and Graham Parsons. Their debut album, which has since become regarded as a classic, was called The Gilded Palace of Sin, and included this track by Parsons and Hillman, Christine's Tune.
She's a devil in disguise. You can see it in her eyes. She's telling dirty lies. She's a devil in disguise. In disguise. Now a woman like that, all she does is hate you.
The Flying Burrito Brothers. And next, a letter from a long-standing devoted listener to Sounds of the 60s since the mid-1980s. This is Lawrence Harris, who, with his wife Marion, lives in Shirley, Southampton. It was his 62nd birthday yesterday, so many happy returns to you. It was kind to say you'd like to have invited me to the celebration. I'm sure it would have been an enjoyable do. We've chosen the first record on your list of suggestions, so here it is, Small Faces, twice round hit, number 3 in 67 and number 9 in 75. It's Marriott and Lane's Itchy Coo Park.
Over bridge of sighs, to rest my eyes in shades of green, under dreaming spires, to Itchy Coo Park, that's where I've been. What did you do there? I got high. What did you feel there? Well, I cried. But why the tears there? Tell you why. It's all too beautiful. It's all too beautiful. It's all too beautiful. It's all too beautiful. Inclined to blow my mind, get on the decks with a bomb. They all come out to groove about, and I start to have fun with this. I'll tell you what I'll do. What will you do? I'd like to go there now with you. You can miss out school. Won't that be? Why go to learn the words of cool? What will we do there? We'll get high. What will we touch there? We'll touch the sky. But why the tears there? I'll tell you why. It's all too beautiful. It's all too beautiful. It's all too beautiful. It's all too beautiful. To blow my mind, get hung up, beat the decks with a bomb. They all come out to groove about, and I can't have fun with the sun. It's all too beautiful. It's all too beautiful. It's all too beautiful. It's all too beautiful. It's all too beautiful.
The excellent Small Faces, Mod's favourites from the late 60s onwards, and sadly missed by many, I'm sure. And next, an R&B artist born in Como, Mississippi in 1937. He only lived until 1964, dying at the young age of 27. His name was Joe Henderson, and this was a US top 10 hit of his in 1962, Snap Your Fingers.
Snap your finger, I'll come running back to you on bended knee. Snap your finger, I'll come running. I'll be true. Take a chance on me. Let your light turn green. Baby, I've gotta know. Give me some kind of clue. Should I stay or go? Let me love you like the lover that you used to know. Oh, turn the key and let me in through that same old door. I had it but I lost it. Now I've got a broken heart to mend. Well, listen, I don't care what the cost is. I know I got to find a way back in. Snap your finger, baby, I'll come running. I'll do anything to get back again. But I lost it. Now I've got a broken heart to mend. But baby, listen, I don't care what the cost is. I've got to find a way back in. So if you just snap your finger, I'll come running. I'll do anything to get back again.
Joe Henderson, US blues musician, and so for a taster from this week's competition with a super prize on offer of all 6 studio albums by The Doors, plus a compilation CD, The Very Best of The Doors. On side 2 of this show, we shall put 3 questions to you. But for now, here's one of the tracks from The Very Best of CD, and it's called Touch Me.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, now touch me, babe. Can't you see that I am not afraid? What was that promise that you made? Why won't you tell me what she said? What was that promise that you made? Now I'm gonna love you till the heavens stop the rain. I'm gonna love you till the stars fall from the sky for you and I. Come on, come on, come on, come on, now touch me, babe. Can't you see that I am not afraid? What was that promise that you made? Why won't you tell me what she said? What was that promise that you made? I'm gonna love you till the heavens stop the rain. I'm gonna love you till the stars fall from the sky for you and I. I'm gonna love you till the heavens stop the rain. I'm gonna love you till the stars fall from the sky for you and I.
That was the 60s version of a New York vocal quintet originally formed in 1958. In 1961, they appeared in the US Top 20 with that arrangement of Once in a While, which itself dated back to the 30s, when it was a #1 hit for the Tommy Dorsey Orchestra. There were other vocal versions too. The Dinning Sisters, for instance, we used to play theirs on Forces Radio in Hamburg back in the late 40s, and the Mills Brothers recorded it as well. The Chimes had another modest success in '62 with an arrangement of another 30s tune, I'm in the Mood for Love. But they broke up in 1965, only to be reformed in the '70s, again in the '80s and in the '90s. Now, in a few weeks' time, we'll be introducing a new occasional feature to Sound of the 60s called Playing Hard to Get. If there's a particular record that holds a special memory for you and you've either lost it, broken it, or worse still, lent the record to a friend and never got it back, this may be your chance to get it replaced. Let us know what the record was, and we'll try our best to track down the disc. Then I'll read out the story behind your most wanted track, play it on air for you, and send on the copy for you to keep. So start sending in those stories to Playing Hard to Get, SOTS, BBC Radio 2, London W1A 4WW, or of course email in the usual way to sots@bbc.co.uk. But may I say, this will be an occasional feature, so please keep those regular dedications and requests coming in. Leading to a request from Margaret Hebden in Holmfirth for the 60th birthday in a couple of days' time of her brother Michael Johnson. He's decided, apparently, because it's a special landmark, he's going to celebrate all the year with lots of unofficial birthdays. But is having a small party on the actual day, and as he always liked Brenda Lee back in the mist of time, Margaret has asked us to play her Here Comes That Feeling.
Here comes that feeling again, and it ain't right. That lonely feeling that came to me last night. It hurts to see you in the arms of my friend. Here comes that lonely, lonely feeling again. I saw you last night in a drive-in way downtown. Locked in her arms, you didn't know I'd be around. Alone in my room, I remember where you've been. Here comes that lonely, lonely feeling again. I've gotta get rid of this lonely feeling, that makes me feel the way I do when a day is done. Someday you're gonna know what it means to be lonesome. You're gonna want me back while I'm out having fun. Here comes that feeling again, and it ain't right. That lonely feeling that came to me last night. It hurts to see you in the arms of my friend. Here comes that lonely, lonely feeling again. I'm so lonely, I feel that feeling.
In 1962, that was a UK #5 for Brenda Lee. But in the US, it was issued as the B-side of her top 10 hit, Everybody Loves Me But You. But I would like to remind you of those cheap, popular records on a label called Embassy, made especially for Woolworths by Oriole Records. Each disc carried 2 cover versions of hits, usually made under pseudonyms, so you didn't know who the artists really were. As an example, here's a Billy Fury hit called Last Night Was Made for Love, recorded for Embassy by someone taking the name of Johnny Chester.
Last night a million stars smiled down on me. Soft breezes kissed my cheek so tenderly. one magic night when dreams came true. Last night was made for love, but where were you? And though the whispering breeze had cast a spell, it seemed the earth stood still to wait as well. No cloud could hide the moon from view. Last night was made for love, but where were you? Were you watching that same old moon in some other fella's arms? Was he hypnotized with all your many charms? I know there'll never be another you, another magic night to make you mine. It's gone forever, sad but true. Last night was made for love, but where were you? It's gone forever, sad but true. Last night was made for love, but where were you? Where were you?
Now, I think if you wanted to use your own name on Woolworths records, you could do so, but otherwise they'd invent names for you. I know this because there was once a release by someone dubbed Matt Bryant. Now, guess who that was? Well, on we go now with an album track from 1966 called Looking at Long John, by Long John Baldry, of course, and for a track that was also released as a single titled The Drifter.
I'm just a drifter. I go from place to place. I'm just a drifter. Nobody knows my face. And when I go into a town, the people there, they try and put me down. They say, hey, drifter, we don't want your kind around. So I go my way back to the highway. I'm just a drifter, out in this world alone. I'm just a drifter, no place to call my home. I see lovers pass me by, I watch them all with a tear in my eye. I can't help feeling how lucky they are, laughing and talking as they go walking. And then at night, stars are so bright, I see your face before me. It brings back the memory of days gone by. Oh, you and I. And then I cry. Oh, how I cry. Oh, I'm just a drifter. I go from town to town. I'm just a drifter, but I wasn't always down. 'Cause once I had a love by my side, a love so strong that money couldn't buy. But heaven called and took her away out of my arms and left me to wander. I'm just a drifter. I go from town to town.
The super voice of the late Long John Baldry, a record he made in 1966. And next, US singer Tommy Rowe, with a song that in 1962 was his first UK hit, but it was predated in 1960 by this version of Sheila.
Cheeks are rosy, she looks a little nosy, man, this little girl is fine. Never knew a girl like a little Sheila, her name drives me insane. Sweet little girl, that's my little Sheila, man, this little girl is fine. Me and Sheila go for a ride, oh, feel funny inside. Then little Sheila whispers in my ear, Sheila said she loved me, she said she'd never leave me. True love will never die. We're so doggone happy just being around together, man, this little girl is fine. Said she loved me, she said she'd never leave me. A true love will never die. We're so doggone happy just being around together, man, this little girl is fine. Yeah, this little girl is fine. Oh, this little girl.
Sheila, as recorded by Tommy Rowe in 1960, and that release also credited on the label The Satins with the Flamingos, and that was a high school act with whom Tommy recorded several of his compositions without any success, but he revived Sheila 2 years later when he was given a solo act deal by EMI. And so to the final disc on side one, after which we shall break for the 9 o'clock Radio 2 news summary. And there's a request for this from Frank Everett in Stevenage for a Shadows track that he's never been able to find on a CD, but which was on the B-side of their hit single Wonderful Land. Well, it is on CD, Frank. EMI's issue The Shadows Complete Singles, A's and B's, 1959 to 1980. With one of those splendid Hank Marvin joke titles, this one, Stars Fell on Stockton. We'll be back shortly on 88 to 91 FM. This is Radio 2 from the BBC.